Yo,
And we're live.
and we're
What is
live.
that?
I'm
We're
trying to
back.
chill, man, because I was in the green room, fucking losing my shit. So I'm just trying to freaking calm down, just chill. Famous is like, bro, you gotta chill, man. You're gonna have a heart attack on me and shit. So
Come on.
I'm just chilling. It's just been one of those weeks, man. It's been one of those weeks. It's one of those crypto weeks. It's not like life is rough or anything. It's not like that. I've just been having like the weirdest little gremlin system problems when it comes to finances that I've never had this kind of problems before. It's the weirdest damn thing. But anyway, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me and Famous. We got some cool stuff to talk about this week. Um, the crypto space is acting strange, getting real weird, getting loopy. A lot of news in the regulatory space. A lot of news coming out of the the real fi world. All the banks are getting all excited now, and that's some interesting information we can talk about today. But
BlackRock, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
BlackRock. So
30K Bitcoin. Are you ready, guys? Oh, it's over. Yeah,
30K.
we're going 100K. Oh, it's over.
We're gonna 2x, baby. It's gonna be a 2x.
I don't know. Let's see, man.
I find it hard. I've seen a lot of the 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 regular shills out there, the Bitcoin shills. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for 100K Bitcoin? Are you ready? It's like that's like a barely a 2x from all-time highs. Like what are you getting from that? And 2x isn't anything to scoff at, but there's so much more going on in this space versus that little 2x multiplier that Bitcoin might have. And I think that all this institutional excitement, I'm calling bullshit right now. RG calls bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on it. I don't think they're gonna get their way. I don't think they're gonna get their approvals. And I think that they all jumped on the bandwagon this week to make a political statement just to say, hey, SEC, we believe in Bitcoin, leave it alone, blah, 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 blah. I think that's what happened, to be honest. Or there's something else in the background going on. I just don't think that this is really anything to get excited about yet.
If they want to put $4 to $5 trillion in the system, by all means, go ahead. I'm not
Well,
gonna say no.
if it happens, we're going to see. I think this next round we're going to see 7 or 8. 7 or 8. Oh, look who's here! You said all you got to do is say Bitcoin and Brissology's in the chat room. Look at that.
I know it's crazy. Eh? Shouts out to everyone in the chat, man. Shouts out to everyone. We're at 41. We haven't been on for a while, so just to give you guys a little heads up, I'm a bit under the weather. It's because the Spanish women gave me COVID. I don't really have COVID, but you guys get the point. So, I hope everyone's doing well. Let's get some positive vibes in the chat. We're still here. I hope everyone's still here. You can tell who's feeling it, who's coping, and who's not. I hope everyone's having a wonderful summer. There's a lot of good news coming out. I'm sorry to hear, RG, that you're having, some technological problems. But, like I was saying, man, relax, man. It's beautiful. The sun's out. Well, for me, the sun's out. It's summer. It's another crypto summer. And, this BlackRock news is just, in my opinion, it's like a white flag in a way where it's like they can't come up with anything anymore to FUD it. Where now they're trying to just, I guess, to clean up their shit by like using Scott towels. So they're gonna need a lot of Scott towels, and those Scott towels are probably gonna be the money. So, I'm very bullish in the outcome of the technology of crypto. We see the AI, the ability to be decentralized, and imagine how much control we're gonna see. So, everyone forgets that the solution to our problems is what's come about from everything we've had. So the solution to the new problem will be more beneficial. So I think like the reason for Bitcoin was because we were trying to get out of something. And now I guess the young, immature way of saying it would be just let them fuck us. So like that, someone figures out a way to unfuck us, right? Because that's what I see right
that's So now that I've really like become a crypto purist, trust me, I degened with everybody in from 14 to 17. I degened. It was you name it. I was in every back alley, every scam, every ICO, you name it. I was in it. And when Richard came along, I was gone. I was leaving the space. I was done with it. I was jaded. I knew it was all a bunch of scams and a bunch of rug pulls and pump and dump rooms and all that shit. But then when Richard came, it gave me hope that, okay, true DeFi can exist. True DeFi crypto can exist, and it can change the world, and it can help people. And as time has gone on here, I see that the old crypto regime, the Bitcoiners themselves, they're wanting what they're trying to get rid of, because they've sucked on this. They've been so high for so long on the dope that they've been on in this crypto space that they've created, this trading space, this number go up only space, this degen freaking, gamblers haven that they've all created, that they've gone so far away from the tenets of crypto, from the Satoshi white paper, from what it really was supposed to be, from the cypherpunk movement to the freaking libertarian movement that want to get the money out of the institutions and into the hands of the people. They've gone so far away from that they're rooting for the people that they're fighting against. They're rooting for BlackRock to come in and save their asses and give them another $7-8 trillion market cap to pump their bags. And it's sad, but when you and I look at it, it's like, hey, bring the money, whatever it takes to get adoption, bring it. So we have to sell our souls. Okay, bring it. Let's go. We'll sell our souls for it. Is that really what we want? Is that really what we want to see? Do we want to see mass adoption through organic growth and people looking at the Richard Hart ecosystem and finding true DeFi and really taking it to the world that way? Or do we want to just go ahead and fake the funk on this and let these guys come in and pump the prices of everything? Do what they did to us last time, because there's nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. This is the same games that they've been playing for the last fucking 10 years. From the fucking 17 pump, the fucking 21 pump, all that shit was the same story, same news, same bullshit, same FUD, same FOMO, same institutional money coming in and coming out, fucking dumping on your heads, pumping your price for you, getting everybody excited, FOMOing everybody in, and then dumping on their heads. They put $3 trillion in this last time and took $2 trillion out and let you guys all flounder and fucking cry all over yourselves. And now here we go. It's coming again. And now they're going to bring 7 or 8 trillion in this time and really pump your fucking bags. So what are we doing here? Are we really going to root for this stuff, or are we going to call it out and go ahead and play the game? Because we're going to play the game. I'm playing. I know what I'm doing. I got exit strategies. I'm going to be dollar costing out and in all that good shit because I know what they're going to do. It's the same story. There is nothing new under the sun. We're going to see the same fucking thing happen again. Because what? Halvening's coming. Here comes the news. Here it comes. Oh, the institutionals are coming to save us.
on a full moon. Probably on a full moon.
Probably on a full moon, it'll happen. It's it's the same. It's the same story. So, but in the middle of it, hopefully, we're going to be able to get the message of DeFi out there, because that's the one thing that they're not going to be able to manipulate. Now, rising tide raises and lowers all ships. When the tide goes low, it lowers the ships. Unfortunately for us in this DeFi space that we're in, as pure as it is, as good as it is, we're still in the crypto space. We're still at the mercy of the market affecting us. I don't know if we'll ever get completely decorrelated from it. But we are different, but we are in the same ocean. We are swimming in the same ocean. Our ships are out there too. So, hey, just prepare yourself, guys. All you got to do is look at history. the next one's coming. And either you're going to capitalize on it or you're going to be sitting there staring at your bags and watching them go.
Man, I think it's gonna take a bit of time. I think they're coming in. I think it's perfect timing. 2 years. The 1,400 day cycle is about, I think, 700 days left. So like, I think when you look at like the grand scheme of things, also momentum, there's a lot of things happening in the next 2 years that could shift the money and how we use our money. A lot of decisions could be made in the next 2 years. Technology is going to be way more advanced in 2 years. I just think that for us, I think a lot of people need to understand that we're in a mode of consistency. Now it's not about coming onto market or forking or does it work or what's the APY. No, it's more about consistency. How long can we do this, right? How long can this actually go? Like, what is the rate? Well, it's Bitcoin, it says hash rate. Right now, our rate could be T-share rate. It could be validation rate. It could be the rate of liquidity. There's a lot of aspects that we are offering to the system that has not been offered at the same time. Well, so the effect of that, I think the beauty of doing something that's never been done before is the ability to create things from it, right? So like we know what the government's doing because they're using something we've already used. So now we know how they're gonna pump, and they're gonna probably fork the system and manipulate it. So like if that occurs, that's really bad for us. But if we stop it, why will we detach from the peg? So how do we detach from the peg? And I've been trying to say this to people. And there's a source that wants to detach from the peg, and that's the EVM. And that's the ability to run our own decisions together. And that's why I think the way that Richard wants to do this will piss off a lot of people. Why? Well, because they don't have the balls to do it themselves. They want other people to do it. Yeah. And the reason why I think and I'm going to say one more last thing. I think the reason why a lot of people went dark is because they have no answers to the problem. And right now the problem is wait. What's the solution to waiting? Wait.
Yeah. And so first of all, Dorsey, too soon, buddy. Too soon. They haven't run out of oxygen yet, so you got to leave the submarine guys alone. Too soon to be making jokes about the submarine guy. I think they've found an unfortunate demise. I think they were liquefied, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, you're 100% correct. I think what Richard's gamed the system. We've already said that he gamed it. Like checkmate. He came out with DeFi first. He was the one to first introduce DeFi for real, 100%, its own chain, its own trading platform, and its own crypto that blows the doors off of everything that's out there. 100% uptime, 3 years working. And his launch has been flawless. Flawless launch of Pulse Chain. Even the things that appeared to be hiccups, I think were built into his launch. Everything so far has been perfectly smooth. Hex.com could start working a little better. I think for some reason, Hex.com is getting the staking features getting banged up a little bit. Right? I'm like, what's up with that? What's up with that? So anyway, but there's other front ends that you can utilize to go check your stakes and stuff. But as far as everything has gone, it's gone flawless. He's gamed the system, checkmate on all of crypto for the first guy to actually bring DeFi to the crypto space. They can't turn it off. Now, like you said, it's just wait because it's all there. It's there and you can't stop it. And crypto really, this is what they've all been, in the background when they're talking about tech and tenants and all that kind of stuff. That's what Pulse Chain is. That's what Hex is everything that they've been spouting out the side of their neck about versus price number go up, price appreciation, degen trading, all that other stuff that they've gathered along the way. That rolling fucking stone that they've been of crypto, just gathering bullshit. all the bad habits of the fiat world they've adopted, and that's their tenets now versus real true DeFi, which is what we have. So I think that what's going to happen is they're going to bring their $7 to $8 trillion into the market. We might even see 9, who knows. Biggest bull market we've ever seen coming its way. You can see the wave coming. It's like sitting in the lineup and the big wave's coming. You just got to set yourself for position, paddle into your spot. Don't let anybody shoulder hop you. Get ready. And when the wave comes, I think that we're going to gather a lot of people from crypto. A lot of them are going to be distracted. They're going to get into their meme coins and all of their NFTs and their bullshit freaking crap. And, we'll see a top signal. Somebody will sell an NFT for $50, $100 million and some stupid shit will go down. And, and then we'll see it start to decline again, but we're going to gather some troops along the way. We're going to keep out there. Pulse Chain Tour, by the way, guys, I'm going to be in Seattle this weekend. Go get your tickets. Go to pulsechaintour.com. Get yourself some tickets so that we know how much food we got to get at snacks and get the drink room ready and all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, go in there and pre-order them so that they can have a better clue on how to get the presentation going. And I will see you all this weekend. So get there in Seattle. But we're going to gather folks. We're going to bring a lot of people with us, and we're going to secure some of that revenue, because I was talking to somebody today, my trainer actually, at the gym, about, he was asking, hey, because what I did for him, I told him, I said, hey, look, dude, you gotta get yourself some crypto. I'm tired of sitting here being the guy. My good friends and the people I'm dealing with should be in crypto. What are you doing, man? So I said, look, I'm not going to pay you every month. I'm going to pay you 10% of it. I'm going to put into a crypto account for you. Right. So like every month I give him crypto, right? I just throw it in his MetaMask wallet that we set up for him. But he was asking me, he's like, well, I don't know anything about, my boys was telling me I got to go in there and get some of the Dogecoin and get some of the Shiba Inu. And so of course he's got all these crypto people around him that are just, telling him to be a degen trader. I said, no, man, look, I'm giving you a good solid crypto that is generating yield, because we're staking it for you. We're putting it in, we're staking it. And in a couple of years, when those guys are all broke plebs because they spent all their money on stupid shit and the stupid shit went down, and they didn't sell it when it was up, and they bought it when it was up, and they sold it when it was down because they got scared, you're going to be the guy that was sitting on a solid asset that he's been gathering during the bear market and staking and making 38% plus APY. And then in 2 years from now, I'm going to tell you, okay, look, we're going to look at your little bag and we're going to take some profits. We're going to put a little off to the side for the bear market that's coming, and you're going to buy some more in, and you're going to keep DCing in for the next couple of years, because this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a get rich quick investment strategy. Just like if you sat down with any stockbroker that is worth his salt, there is no stockbroker in the world, or sorry, let me rephrase that. There is no financial advisor in the world that is going to sit you down and say, we're going to put you in these stocks, and then next week we're going to trade them for these stocks and see if we can cash out on them. They don't do that. That's what day traders do. That's what degen gamblers do. Guys that change jobs every fucking 6 months and go to a different firm and do all this kind of shit. That's not what this is about. This is about an investment strategy for the long term. Now, here's what it can mean, though. In 2014, I started to put some money into the system, play around with Bitcoin and all the rest of the altcoins and stuff, and got myself wrecked and made some money and lost some money and all that kind of stuff. But then in 2020, when Richard launched Hex, I decided that because of the solid asset that it was, I was going to use time-tested investment strategies like Warren Buffett uses to invest in good products over the long term and exit those things properly and reinvest in those things properly, like a financial advisor would do. A financial advisor would sit you down at a certain point in your life and say, hey, it's time for you to cash out some of these stocks. Whether they had you in Berkshire Hathaway, Tesla, and Apple, and freaking Walmart stocks, they'd sit you down and say, hey, we've got a big bull market this year. It's time for you to take some profits. Here's what you need to do for tax purposes based on your age, blah, blah, blah. We're going to take this much out. I would suggest putting this much capital on the side for the next time that we have a dip in the market so that we can buy you back into these stocks and get you. That's what a financial advisor is going to do. And that's what a crypto advisor should do. They should be teaching you how to get more crypto. They should be teaching you how to save your crypto over time. They should be teaching you how to dollar cost in and dollar cost out. Now, because of the volatility and because of the newness, the youth of this market, we have violent swings up and down. And because of that, and because of the violent swings up, people can become very wealthy over a few years period of time, as some of us have become very wealthy over a few years period of time, just because we got in first and we played the same strategy though, but it just so happens that, you know, we way overproduced because of the volatility of this market. And of course, 90% down and still way overproducing is freaking awesome to be involved in that situation. So literally in a matter of a couple, 2, 3, 4 years, you can become very wealthy in crypto because of its volatility and because of how young the market is. But you've got to be able to deal with the swings. You've got to be able to do the right thing in bad times, meaning when you're 90% down, you're dollar costing in and getting as much crypto as you can. Good crypto, of course. And when you're up, you're taking profits and putting some off to the side for the winter that's coming, because we all know it's coming. We all know now that winters are coming. You know, from Richard telling you, these things swing 90%. They dip 90%. That when we're at the top of the market, the next time you see this top, this 100K Bitcoin you're going to see, it's going to be time for you to take some profits. It's going to be time for you to set some freaking powder off to the side so that you can capitalize on the bear market when it comes. So it's all the same story, guys. Nothing new under the sun. The next freaking wave is coming and it's looking exactly the same as the other, only it's going to pump a little harder this time. So get yourselves prepared. It is time. It is time.
Yep. It's upon us. It's been happening. You know, people who, you know, I see McConaughey knows I've been saying this. It's patterns. The patterns are so funny that you can even go to the full moons and be like, okay, cool, let's see what happens. But I think people just need to understand that the whole last year and a half, there's been chances. And I'm not going to be nice and sugarcoat it, but if you didn't capitalize off this, understand the value of making gains and revamping them into situations. Why you have a bigger portfolio. Why is it good to have more than one? Well, because more than one thing is something that you need in order to make more or have more or be part of more. So the idea of mathematics, ratios, percentages, being involved in something and understanding it, right? It's like when we talk to Bitcoiners, it's like now I'm literally every Bitcoiner I see, Maxi or not, you ask them what year, it doesn't matter. I'm going to ask them, do you know what an ERC20 contract is? And by that answer, I'm going to engage or disengage because it's not worth my time anymore. I actually saw the light at the end of the tunnel, RG. I had no phone, no nothing. And I realized, what is this all for? All of this is to understand that our time has been the most important part of everything, and let's focus on things that can change the world. And if we can't use crypto to change the world, well, then what's the point of crypto? It's just another tool. And then go buy a hockey card, go buy the baseball card, go buy the new Dodge Challenger, go buy I don't think they make that anymore, but you guys get the point. It's like, well, why buy this if it's not meant to do something in the end, right? So I think what people need to understand is like, well, did you see the value in an iPhone when the iPod came out? That's just the way I see it, because people need to see the outcome of our actions with crypto. And I can tell you, unfortunately, and you know this is why we've had these talks, and this is why I've been a big proponent of it. If you're from a certain geolocation, you do not understand it. You don't understand the conversations that other people in the world have when it comes to how did you do this? How did you get this? Oh, how do you move this? How do you have this? Oh no, this helps me. I've been in crypto. I do this. Yeah, I made this. I got this. I did that. Oh, now people realize that there's more to crypto than meets the eye. And now, let's just say with this BlackRock, I think it's just a coup because everyone knows that when it's BlackRock, it's like, oh, wait, oh shit, big money. Okay, but like, I think it's different from where you are because I hear different, excuse me, I hear different consequences that people are scared of. And it usually varies by geolocation. And I think crypto is coming to the United States. I think it's going to be a booming market, especially by the consumer basis of how the United States consumers are good consumers. If you're a seller, you want the American consumer because they are very addicted, they are very resourceful, and they have the money to give to you, and they're willing to give it to you because that North America, we have this culture where it's you buy, you pay for,
Yeah, we're a
what's the
consumer
saying?
nation. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the client is always right. It's the way it works. If you have the money, well, you're always going to get what you want, right? And in the world, it kind of works like that too. But you have to live in synchronism with the ability to not to not have to deal with this consumerism, because the consumerism is greater. Like I see it. I see it like, why is every single electricity company in Spain Portuguese? I'm just there like, what the fuck? It's like so many cool things I don't have the answers to, but it makes me think like life is maybe a fugazi, more fugazi than we think about it. And when we listen to the older generation or the people that have been here longer, there's a pattern. I see it, and the pattern is that it cannot last for too long. So right now, this digital boom cannot last for too long, and we see the dents in it. We see the dents that, oh, the banks are becoming this. We're getting problems with the cybersecurity. People are getting hacked. This and that. It's different types of means. You get different types of devices, and now soon, I think we're gonna get to a boom. And I think it's not even yet. I don't even think the piece of, like, I think AI just tapped the surface. I think the ability. We had this conversation. We said, can AI control crypto? I think it could. I think AI can control a crypto decentrally, right? Because it's no entity owns it. The AI does. But is that an entity? Is like, oh, now it gets into this conversation. Do you insure an entity? Is it your AI? My AI? Whose AI is it? Is it made by itself? Is it an AI that made an AI? Like, we're gonna get these Arnold Schwarzenegger type movies, like sci-fi. It's coming. I
Well, I
believe it.
mean,
The AI is the next step of
well,
technology,
think about,
and the boom is starting now.
yeah, think about, the possibilities. I mean, I just laid it out here and said, I've seen the cycles. I've been through the cycles. The next cycle is coming. And the FUD and the FOMO don't matter. They just get stronger and a little different every time to fool the people into believing there's something new under the sun when there is absolutely nothing new under the sun. They're just going to make you do the same thing under different pretenses. So imagine if AI, which is much more intelligent than I am, gets a hold of these cycles, gets a hold of this algorithm, gets a hold of this FUD and FOMO and understands it much better than I do, because mathematically it can figure it all out. And it can start dollar costing in and out.
No, I'm talking
Oh,
to the chat because someone said
oh,
my voice is finished. I've been screaming too much in
sounds
Spain.
great though. That mic sounds good.
Thank
As
you.
long as you have it close. So the AI could game the system. It could, but again, it's going to be a system. It's going to be readable. You're going to be able to make moves. Look, anybody who pays just a little bit of attention to the space, you don't have to be a chart reader. I don't read charts. I don't understand code. I don't get into the freaking ins and outs of people's wallets. I don't go on Etherscan and try and do all of the freaking chain analysis and all that bullshit. But I can see the cycles. All I got to do is zoom out. It's that easy, folks. You just look at these, you just zoom out of these charts and look at the history, and you can see the emotional freaking dips and dives and jumps and bumps of these markets. and see exactly where you're supposed to be and see exactly what you're supposed to do. It is not hard right now. In the future, it will get more difficult, just like the stock markets are more difficult. They will become more nuanced. They will become more stable. You'll see different dips and dives. But for now, it's almost like a book. Like you could make your own fortune in this like nobody's business just in a few cycles. In a few cycles, you get this right, and you will never have to work again another day in your life. And when Richard said that, I thought that was very profound. And because I listened, he was right. He was right. No matter how hard Hex dips. And it's funny. Somebody tweeted at me today. I said they were talking about Bitcoin. It was, I don't know, a Sailor or something. I answered one of Michael Saylor's things and said, they'll never take my Hex. They can never take my Hex. And some guy said, nobody wants that shit. It's going to zero. And it's like, it's going to zero. Like, to me, for me, Hex is so far away from zero. It's thousands of X's away from zero for me. Thousands of X's away. Even at a 90-something% dip, I'm up thousands of X's on my Hex. And it makes me laugh when I hear people like say stupid shit like that. Like, it ain't going to 0.00004 cents. It's not going to happen. You're not going to see it do that. I will never see those days again. Like, oh, everybody would in this community would be doing fucking somersaults and, singing Kumbaya if it ever went to that price again. But zero, like literally fools are out there saying, oh, nobody wants that shit because it's going to go to zero. Have fun going to zero. And it's like, oh my gosh, you just don't get it. You guys don't understand. Like it doesn't go that way anymore. Like we're on a different trajectory. We're closer to going to the next 10,000X than we are going to zero. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because Hex is still doing what Hex does. It's still getting more scarce. T-shares are still going up in price. It's still working and functioning as the best inflated asset on the planet, the best yield generating tool on the planet, and people still have the audacity to not know it and call it going to zero. What in the entire fuck is wrong with people's brains? Now, this is a crypto person. This is a person supposedly in crypto and understands crypto because he's in crypto Twitter commenting on my post, and he doesn't understand what is right in front of his eyes. It baffles me. It just baffles me that there are people that still exist out there that don't understand what has just happened to this whole space. They're still saying that Richard is a scammer, that Richard can do nothing right, when he literally just forked ETH, brought the whole system state over, put every goodie that you can into it, and then made a DEX that blows the doors off of every single DEX out there, while every centralized exchange on the planet is being shut down, or their founder is being chased to put him in prison, and they're still holding on to that shit for dear life to get their 2x out of their Bitcoin from BlackRock.
Isn't FBF
fucking BlackRock?
Isn't FBF getting nothing?
Oh, that's the word now, that he's going to get off. A guy that should be doing time like Bernie. This guy made Bernie Madoff look like fucking Mary Poppins. $16 billion of people's money. Like, I don't know. Check my QuickBooks. See what my QuickBooks says it went. I don't know. So this guy's going to get off scot-free. Bernie Madoff died in prison for stealing a few $100 million of people's money. I mean, holy shit. You can't write shit better than this. That's why our movie that we created, The Highest of Stakes, is going to it's going to baffle people because they're not going to understand, because all they know about the space, like you go look at every single crypto movie that's out there. It's either murder, rape, murder for hire, prison time, running away with people's money, bodies washing up on shores. That's it. That's it. This scammer left to this country and this scammer went to that country. That's it. That's all you see out there. The Silk Road movie, you know,
Yeah, it's so
sex,
true.
drugs, and fucking murder for hire, and chase this kid around until you can stick him in jail, and cops, being bad cops and stealing the Bitcoin. And that's what they want to see. They want to see crypto fail. They don't want to see a story about an organic community coming out of the ashes of all of this bullshit around it and creating the real DeFi crypto community, the real DeFi crypto, a founder that did the right fucking thing. You know, no matter how much you don't like him, no matter how much you think he's a pig or he's fucking flaunting his money or whatever, he did the right thing. He did the right thing by all of you. All of you, crypto. Richard did the right thing for you, and none of you listened. And none of you freaking took heed, and none of you capitalized on it. You guys fucking squandered your chance. Squandered your chance to get in real early. You're still early. You can still redeem yourselves and do the right thing and fucking support the real DeFi crypto space, the real DeFi that's coming into the face of the banks, that's taking the government stuff to task for what they've done to all of our money. That's what Richard's done. That's what he's created. That's what this has the possibility of doing. If we got global adoption in the DeFi space, we could literally close the banks down. We could literally shut the governments down and tell them, no, you aren't handling money anymore. The people are handling the money. The people of the world are handling the money. And we can do it here with this. We can. The tools are there. Now all the people have to do is take heed of it and use the shit. But no, they're going to fight it every step of the way. Every one of the stupid fucking Bitcoiners, even my own family and friends, they hear me spitting out a spleen every week, telling them about what's really come, are still on the Bitcoin wagon, still want all that shit. I can't believe it. It's still happening. And they're not going to give it up. Why? Because it's their bags. It's their bags. And they can't have their bags go. Yeah. It's pathetic, man.
And if you guys think you guys have it bad, Canada right now thinks everything's going to shit. My parents were like, oh my God. They're like, crypto's going, it's going to be illegal. I'm like, what do you fucking mean? And then I like researched this, like Canada's like shutting down, Binance is shutting down, everything's shutting down because they made all these laws. And it's sad because Canada wants too much control. Fucking communists.
Well, they can't have it now. They can't have control.
No, they have so much control, man. You should see what the banks are doing. TD Bank is implementing a fucking social score. It's going to become dog shit, man. They have the highest population they've ever had, and the most Canadian-born people have left the country.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing.
Sense?
What I'm saying is that they can't stop what Richard has let out of the bag. Pandora's box has opened up. And now it's all just about, it's about adoption. It's like, oh shit, the chess board has been set in checkmate. They can't do anything, no matter where they put their pieces. Checkmate is occurred. It's done. It's over. Richard gamed the whole thing. They can do whatever they want to try and regulate it out of existence, turn the internet off for people, stop us from trading it, stop the banks. Eventually, they're going to lose. Now, if they go full force on this thing, against this thing, then yeah, we're going to have a lot of trouble. And we're going to have to try and figure out how to get people to take crypto for services and goods or something if they're not going to allow us to get our money, which it looks more and more like they're doing that. Guys, I got to say something here. I've been talking ad nauseum about how much I like True USD. I can't say I like True USD anymore. I can't. They're gatekeeping. They just stopped the transactions that I've made before, more, some valued at more. and they stopped the transaction this last week, and they're still holding my funds. So I can no longer, in good faith, promote them or say anything good about it. And they never paid me a dime to do anything. They were just a good platform, and now they're gatekeeping, and now they're stopping people from transferring their money, and that's just wrong. That is just wrong. So hopefully better actors are coming. Hopefully people like OX Coast are going to do some good onboarding and offboarding for people. Hopefully there's going to be other ways to do it. Hopefully there's going to be countries that are going to be crypto friendly. And if your country's not, then, you know, you're going to have to go and do your business elsewhere. I mean, my God, man, I stood on the wall for this country. I put my life on the line for everybody that lives here, for everybody that ever has lived here. I put my honor out there, and I love this country. In fact, my roots are here forever because I'm Native American. This is my land. This is where I'm from. This is where my heart belongs. But by God, I'm not going to let them freaking run me out of town and take my money from me, my livelihood, my family's money, my family's livelihood. I can't let that happen. Can't let it happen. And if we've got a better product, if we've got better money, if we've got better inflation, if we've got better yield, why would they not let the people have that? Why? We've got, man, this is going to be a fight, man. This is going to be a fight. Things are just, things are getting silly out there, getting really, really silly.
I think it comes with the game. And it's stuff we've already seen before. So for me, I'm just chilling, guys. Enjoy your summer, and we'll be back in September. In July, something will happen. I think it's July 4th, something will happen, and well, not July 4th. I forget when the next full moon is, but and then September, man. That's what it's always happened. So Bitcoin's pumping. Enjoy it. I hope they put 4 or 5 fucking $trillion. That'd be beautiful, man. Jeez.
I think we're gonna see 8 to 9 trillion, bro. I think we'll see somewhere between $7 and $9 trillion come into the system. You know, I did not expect 3 this last time, but the pumps are getting bigger. There's a lot more money out there. There's a lot more sidelined money out there. Crypto is getting a lot more attention. People really want it. So I think that they're finding that over the last 2 pumps, they were able to manipulate it like they were. I think this time they're going to go all out and hit it hard, and hit it really hard, because they have a lot of capital. All that money that was printed, remember, money doesn't go away. It just moves. When they print that stuff, it's out there and it just moves. We've already suffered the inflation. We're already paying twice as much for our gas and our food and our services. Everything's doubled in price. Everything is we paid for this shit. We paid for it. So that money's out there and it's coming into the system. And $7, $8, $9 trillion, that's a spit in the bucket from what's out there. There is a lot of capital out there. And I'm talking global. I'm not just talking the US. I'm talking global capital out there that's ready to roll in. Since the vid, there has been a lot of resting on our laurels. People have been gathering and getting ready for some big action to take place. Look, money doesn't go away. Energy doesn't go away. It just moves. It just moves. And that's what we're doing. We're moving. We're moving the energy. And once it pops, it's just, it's like a bow being drawn back. Draw that bow back. Boom. You got to release the pressure, man. You got to release it. And it's going to release. And when it does, you want to be on the winning side of that thing. You want to be DCAing in now. And when that thing goes, make sure you make your right moves. Take your profits. Take your profits. Take your profits. Take your profits. All the way up. Figure out a strategy to take your profits and push some off to the side for when that bear market comes again, because that's when you're going to make your fortune. It's on the next run. So anyway, man, that's crypto advice right there. That is absolutely crypto advice.
I think it's how do I explain this? I think it's all related to the fact that crypto allows technology to be valued in a way that no one can stop the value but us, the people using the technology, right? So I just think that there's going to be if it's the technology is becoming so valuable that it makes only sense to allow more money to come into technology, right? Like real estate is a very, very big money driven place. So it's either the money comes from there, transportation, finance, the bond market, whatever. It has to come from somewhere, right? So if it doesn't come from any of these places because they need to maintain it or else there's crashes, well, then they're going to have to print new money. And where's that new money going to go to? Well, people are going to look at in my generation.
Well, they printed a bunch of it.
They're going to continue.
And guess where our money comes from? Our money in crypto comes from the banks. And the banks have got more money now than they've ever had. And that's where it's coming from. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody is that, everybody was worried about this money printer. Well, sorry guys, you're going to pay the price for that. You're going to pay at the pump. You're going to pay at the grocery store. You're going to pay it when you pay your electric bill, your gas bill, your home costs, everything. You're going to pay it. And we're paying the price for it. But
100%.
Be in the asset class that is going to get the recipients. It's going to be the recipient of all of that money that got printed. You want some of it, and it's going to be easy getting because when they start throwing that stuff around, you want to be in the market that it's going to. And this is growing at 120% a year clip. And the only thing that's ever come even close to that is the internet at about a 40-something% clip. Nothing's ever grown like this. Nothing has ever grown this fast. And wait until you see next season's growth rate. It's going to blow the doors off of everything. Biggest transference of wealth that the world has ever seen is going to be the crypto space in the next couple of years.
I think it's going to be something beautiful the next happening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It only gets better. It always gets better and better and better. So I can't wait. I want to see what they got up their ass now.
Well, as long as the Rube Goldberg machine that is Bitcoin continues to do its thing, because remember, guys, the halvening wasn't in Satoshi's white paper. That was added on. The immutable code that Bitcoin is, the halvening was added to it. To the mining consortium, to the whatever they call that pool crap that they pulled off, to centralize mining, to centralize where the inflation of Bitcoin goes, to the mining consortiums. They created this halvening, one more little piece of the Rube Goldberg machine that is Bitcoin to make it function properly because it wasn't built correctly. Because Bitcoin inflates higher than Hex. Hex inflates more modest than even Bitcoin because of Richard programming it in properly. And people don't even understand or know that. They think that the scarcity model that was created in Bitcoin, that 21 million, that little bucket of 21 million is something special. It's not. Look at gold. That's what Bitcoin is digital gold. That's all it is digital gold. And guess what? Gold sucks. Look at gold's price action over the last decade. Nothing. Zip, zero, knots, nil, nothing. Gold sucks. It's pretty rock, but it does nothing but sit there and stay its value. Look, I've told this before. I've got my great-grandfather's gold, my grandfather's gold, my father's gold, my gold, all locked away in a safe, and ain't none of us used any of it. It just sits there. Generation after generation after generation. They keep telling us, you got to buy gold, you got to buy gold, you got to buy gold. It's done nothing for my family but sit in a box. That's it. And they keep telling me to go buy it and diversify into it. Price ain't going nowhere. I bought a few digital assets, and in a few years, I freed generations of my family. I could have freed those 4 generations that gave me all that damn gold. Had my grandfather had this stuff, or great grandfather had this stuff instead of me, but no. So the scarcity model, Bullshit. For those of you who know sign language, it's garbage. Yeah. You got to put the horns and then bullshit. There you go. That's Hex is better money, period, than anything else out there. It took years and years and years for the crypto space to mature enough for something like Hex to come out. We had to have Bitcoin. We had to have that peer-to-peer transaction. We had to have that double spend solved. We had to have tenets of what it should look like in the future, how we should take it out of the hands of the centralized entities, out of the hands of the middleman. No intermediaries, no counterparty risks. How do we do that? That's what Richard did. Took it all out, programmed it, boom, inflation model. Very, very modest and a interest system that should be Nobel Prize worthy with what him and Kyle did with the creation of the T-share. Freaking Nobel Prize worthy. It is. And instead they'll call those two guys scammers and shucksters and charlatans or whatever. But he has gamed the system. DeFi is here. Hex has tracks to ride on. The tracks are looking really, really good. The decentralized exchange is looking really, really good. Now it's about adoption and onboarding and offboarding. It's the community. It's the growth of the community. It's the community effort. That's what has to come together now. The infighting of the Hex community needs to go away. We need to come together as a unified front and start onboarding people, bringing adoption, because that's what will beat them. That's what will beat them is adoption, adoption, adoption. We've got such little adoption in this thing. Such little. Like all of crypto is like 3.5% of the world. 3%. Something like that. Imagine what Hex is to that. Like 1% of crypto, maybe. Maybe we're 1% of all of crypto. 1% of a 3%. It's like we're nothing. We're just gnats. We got to get loud. We got to get loud. We got to get tough. We got to get in their faces. We got to show people what this is. We need more personalities out there. Nicer people than me. People that don't yell and scream and eat shit and bark at the moon. You need people that can go out and explain this stuff intelligently. But you still got to have passion. You got to have passion. That's the one thing I got is passion for this thing. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. I know what I got my hands on. I got the tiger by the tail, and I'm passionate about it. And I want to get it to the world. And I want to go out there and punch these fucking people in the face. Crypto, banks, governments, all of them. I want to get out there and punch them in the face with this because they've been screwing us for far too long. Guys like me who've worked and slaved our lives away to provide for our families have been screwed over for far too long. Our productivity is through the roof. Through the roof. The global worker productivity is through the roof. American productivity through the roof. And we're making less money than ever before. We're finding it harder and harder to ends meet. Suicide rates are up. Depression rates are up. Everybody's on fucking meds. It's too hard out there to get by. And we're producing more and better than we ever have. In a time where the world is easier for us all to understand, is easier for us all to work in. We have more tools than we've ever had. We've got better healthcare than we've ever had. But the middle guy, the working guy, the people that are doing the work, the people that are getting it done are being fucking suppressed and are being ripped off and are being taken advantage of. And it's time for us to stand up and stop dealing with this stuff. We got to get the power back in our hands, and our power is our money and our time. That's where our power is. We got to get it back. Got to get it back. There's no sound. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
I was blowing my nose. That's why. Jesus. I was going to say. I'll- I'll-
You were waving your hand, so it looked like it was good. So,
so all the Italians in the chat understood. So no, but I was gonna say, man, it is what it is. Bring it on, man, because it's if you want a destination to come on down for vacation and not look at the FUD, but if not, this is a wonderful time for people to go ahead and DCA, beautiful DCA. It's never failed anyone in this market. So
I'm taking a sabbatical in about 3 weeks. So I'm literally going to Miami to a resort, and I'm going to spend a whole week like spa treatment, massage every day, in IV freaking vitamins every morning, yoga on the beach, the whole thing. Like I'm just going to like unplug, turn off my phone, talk to just my family once a day and just chill and try and get relaxed. Cause my blood pressure's up. Everything's up. I'm got stuff going on here at the house. I mean, literally at my last rant, I got the door pounded on because I guess I disturbed the whole house and the whole neighborhood. Maybe I got the window open and stuff. So I got the shut up. So I must've been going off, but I'm going to go unplug because I gotta get the relaxation going because this has just been
oh, you definitely need it, man. Trust me, it's good. It feels good, man. I didn't think I needed it, but I unplugged from society, social society, I guess, and it felt good, man. It's you get more time to think about what you need and what you want and what you want to do and what's next. Like people think that New Year's Eve is the next year, but sometimes you just vacation is like, okay, new me for next year.
You can refresh anytime, man. Right? You can refresh anytime, and even in the very next breath, you could change everything that you want. In the very next breath, you can change.
It could be next month. Just sometimes it's just you need to take in the positivity and put it back. You know what I mean? Bring it back into the system.
And sometimes it feels like a daunting task what we have before us, but it's exciting to be part of. It's exciting, and it can be stressful, but every time I go out and I like in Seattle, I know this weekend when I go to Seattle, I'm going to make some new friends. I'm going to see some old friends. We're all going to be on the same page. We're going to have some great conversations. We're going to talk about people's serious, thoughts and ideas. And I'm going to get to encourage some people and they're going to encourage me. I love these events. I really love these events because the Hexicans are the best. When they come out, I mean, they bring the knowledge, they bring the passion, they bring the wisdom, they bring the alpha. I mean, it's really cool to see like the after event, people sitting around talking about their strategies and their situations and what they're up to and getting people started doing their own projects. Hey, one kid sat down with me and said, man, I'd really like to put together this thing where I put groups of people together in different places and can you help me? I'm like, no, you do it. You go out and do it. That's what that's your thing, man. You want to go do it. I'm doing my thing. You got an idea? Fuck yeah, I'm going to encourage you to go do it. We need more ideas. We need more ways to get out there. We need more people trying to make a viral event because what's going to happen is there's going to be a viral event. We're going to see a viral event take place in this community. This community is going to have something that's going to just pop. We've already got people that are coming in that are doing great work like Somi and freaking just all kinds of new streamers, freaking Westcott, just slaying it out there, just slaying it. Something's going to pop. There's going to be a viral event that is going to bring so much attention to this space, and I don't know who it's going to be or what it's going to be, but everybody's got to try everything that they can, whether you're making a movie or you're making a platform or you're just building a website that's going to help folks on board, or you're just out doing things in your own community and having a meetup every single month and gathering people. One person is going to create that viral event and it's going to set off a spark that is going to ignite this thing because that's what it is. It's like a big pile of kindling right now. And when it goes off, man, people aren't even going to know what the fuck happened. They're not going to even get it. Yeah, SG yoga. I'm going to go do some yoga, man. I'm going to try and Om.
I would love to see that. We should do a stream, just a captain doing yoga.
I'm gonna record some of it because I got a new so my new handles for my Instagram and my Twitter and everything is the Captain RG3. So it's gonna be on the Instagram. I'm gonna start doing a lot of Instagram stuff of all my trips everywhere I go. We've got film crew following and doing things with us. Collaborating with some other streamers and whatnot doing this thing. So we're just going to get out there and just start marketing and hitting it harder and harder and harder until, we find that viral event. We find those people out there that are going to be a viral, make this thing go viral. So it's you guys. Somebody out there is going to make it happen. One of you guys is going to make it happen. Let me answer this real quick. Yes. So no announcement of an announcement, but, man, we are like, right there, guys, right there. You are going to see this movie really, really, really soon, really soon. You are going to see it. Yes. It is coming. It is coming. Now, remember, there were some events that happened that when we wrapped up the movie that didn't happen when we wrapped up the movie that have happened since. So, you know what I'm saying? Be nice to have some of that information in the movie.
I get it.
So anyway, but yeah, that's the update. Stand by. You're going to get to see it really soon.
Can't wait for that, man.
Oh, bro. I am fired up about the movie. It is so good. It is just so good. Done so well. And it's gonna fly in the face of everything out there, of all the crypto narrative, because we're not the same. We are not the same. This is the world's first organic crypto community that cannot be broken down. You can't destroy this community. Other communities have been destroyed because the cryptos have failed those communities. They were strong communities. They were behind their crypto, but the crypto wasn't behind them. See, that's the one thing that Hex has going for it, and the Hex community has going for it, that no matter how bad we are, no matter how bad we failed, no matter how much work we did or didn't do, Hex hasn't failed us. Hex has still done what it's done from the beginning. What brought us up and started Discourse Syndicate and started the Hex community streamers from this little stupid little stream that gets no viewers, except for you 111 beautiful people that are here right now. It did that. Hex did that, not us. Not us. All we had to do is talk about what it's doing. And it continued to do what we said. Now the other guys all got rug pulled, all promoted scams, all promoted leverage trading, all promoted centralized exchanges that took people's coins, all promoted freaking meme coins that rugged on people, all promoted NFTs that were full of shit. All of them, all those guys did that. And those communities and those streamers, they all failed. Or they all got walked on. Well, they all acted like they did. They just brushed all the shit under the rug and promoted the next freaking bullshit crap of the day. But
I don't know why we keep people like that in our community. People that we blatantly like. That's something we need to speak about. Like I've been speaking about it for a year. I'm like when When are we gonna allow people to be accountable for their consistency of nonsense, or the consistency of bullshit, or the consistency of, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know better, or the consistency of deleting the tweet when the shit rugs, or the consistency of always being in a position where people look and see and say, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy, you know? I guess we need them because these people are part of our community and we don't want to let them go. It's a kind of ironic by the way that we live our motto. And I've been saying it. I've said it. People have told me to shut up. So, okay, fine. You want to listen to Phamous? And take it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy. I'm telling you, RG, just enjoy. Okay? Wait and see, because when it happens, I'll continue saying, we told you so. Right?
You know what the problem with my old ass is that they asked me, RG, what do you want? What do you want? More. Just a little more. A little more. I always want a little more. No matter what day I wake up, no matter how good everything got, I want a little bit more, you know? And until I get that, I got to keep going. I got to keep pushing. I got to keep striving. I got to keep trying to make this thing happen more and more and more. And that's what I think everybody else wants. It's just a little bit more, you know? And no matter how much we've done or how much we've succeeded, I'm not going to be happy until everybody can succeed, until every man, woman, and child that's worried about what their financial future is going to look like gets a hold of this and takes control of their own and makes generational wealth for themselves. I am not going to be happy. I am not going to be happy.
Well, I'm happy, man. We're doing good.
but
we're doing good.
I will soak it in. I will let it flow over me.
Oh, trust me, when these motherfuckers, when you motherfuckers ain't doing well, you're gonna hear it from me. Trust me, I'll be the first fucking piece of shit to come and tell you motherfuckers that you're stupid. You don't know what you're saying. I already said it at the beginning that people don't know what they're doing. You've listened to idiots. They listened to what we were saying, and they are gone. They're nowhere to be found. Or there's certain people, and this is perfect because I love this because I'm waiting for one of these cocksuckers to come here and tell me something, because I have receipts in this phone. I have receipts in this phone, and then the other phone that's over here. I have more receipts that you don't know, and I have them, and I'm waiting for you motherfuckers. But in the meantime, I'll let you shut up, because now it's the recapitulation. It's the people that got to get back onto the board, got to get back on the bike. They got to understand that to buy the bottom, you have to be at the bottom. Meaning that whatever you're buying, if you're buying at the bottom, you got to take everything else that
with
comes
cash
with
in hand. With cash in hand, you got to be at the bottom with cash in hand. You couldn't have been one of those FOMOers that called me when Hex was at 50 cents and you wanted in so bad. And now you know what they're saying, bro? You know what they're saying now? I was told this morning that one of my friends told another friend, oh, it's over. It's, you know, it didn't work out for me. You know, maybe it worked out for RG and he got in early, but you know, it didn't work out for me. I bought it. It's all over with. It was just a little over a year ago that they bought at the top, you know, and now it's all over. Instead of going, oh my gosh, there's bargain basement prices here. And the next time it goes up, I'm going to crush it. I bought it 50 cents. Now I can buy it a penny. Holy crap. How much can I put in? That's what they should be saying, but they don't. That mentality doesn't exist in these people. They don't get it. This is death for them. This is over for them. It didn't work out for them. They should be dollar costing.
They don't know what they're saying, RG. 55 cents to 5.5 cents, or what was it? When did we fork out? What price? That's a 10 drop, about 3 right? You got a copy, right? You got a copy that gave you the same fucking bullshit, right? So that becomes from a 10 drop to a 5 drop, right? Mm-hmm. And then you could have got something that did at the beginning. Well, the first guys, right? The big boys, you got easy 100 times your benefit. Then on the other way back in, you got 2 times the benefit by doing something. Then you got an asset that was given to you for free for doing something that we all said you should do because it's going to be very, very lucrative. Oh, that went up 20x. So you just could have done 5 moves in 7 days, and you would have outperformed everything you would have fucked up on at the top. See, this is what the Bitcoiners don't want to tell you. They just hold. They don't do anything. There's nothing for them to do. But we got X's on X's on X's on X's if you understood what you're doing. If you don't understand what you're doing, no wonder I'm speaking bullshit to you. But we've explained it. We've spent time. And now I'm on fucking vacation, man. I'm chilling. And I'm going to let you guys argue. And I'm going to let the guys who apparently told me to shut the fuck up. Where are they? I can't hear them. They're nowhere to be found. So enjoy, guys. You played yourself. Like Khaled says, you played yourself. And those who are still here, still facing, patience, my friend. Patience is a virtue. Right? Patience is a virtue. Time will tell. The beauty about crypto is when it all goes down, it comes right back up higher than it was before. Remember that. It did that, and it's been doing that, and it just does that. So until it doesn't do that, then we can have a conversation and say, Phamous, you have no fucking clue what you're saying.
Yeah. But we haven't been wrong. We haven't been wrong this whole time. Haven't been wrong. 3 years running, streaming. The guy that's got, what do we got? 11,000 followers. All of the rug pull shill shit project crap coin meme bullshit NFT $9 million NFT shilling assholes out there got 35, 40, 50,000 followers watching their every move and supporting them. I slide into a twit and say something like, this guy's been selling you a bill of goods for the last fucking 5 years and you're still following him and still listening to him. He brushes off rug pulls like they're fucking lint on a fucking t-shirt. I mean, and then the next week you're listening to him shill the very next project. I watched Box Mining do that 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row I watched that son of a bitch do that to people. It was one failed rug pull after another, after another, after another. And he had the audacity in that same week, those same weeks that he was doing that, to talk shit about Hex, to talk shit about our community. And this is the guy with all the followers. This is the guy who crypto looks up to. These are the people that they listen to. Not the stupid old fucking pirate who's been right 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Why? Because the only thing I've ever shilled is Hex. The only thing I've ever shilled is Hex. And Hex has been flawless 100% of the time. I've got nobody wrecked. And even the time I stepped out of bounds, one time. One time I thought I had a good idea. I told everybody before big payday, you understaked yourselves. If you've got stakes that are principal rich, that have already done half its time, emergency end stake them bitches and get as many T-shares as you can. Get rid of them. Emergency end stake all of them. Take your principal and restake that shit. I screwed up and I increased my bag by a whole third just by doing that. And hundreds of people did that. And I get people to this day coming out and telling me that that was the best thing that they ever did, that I made them super wealthy because they didn't listen to themselves and cash out early. They took that principal and they restaked it for longer and got more T-shares. And now they're extremely happy because they did that. That was the only time I stepped out of bounds. And I took a risk by doing that and saying that. But I knew I was right. I knew I was right. I knew that the T-share was what people needed and not the liquid Hex that was about to come out for them. I knew that putting more T-shares in people's hands, more new Hexicans having more T-shares at the launch after big payday was going to be the key, because they were going to make more. They were going to get more big payday points for it. They were going to be much, much better off. And they all were. So The only time I stepped out of bounds, I was right, and I got lucky, and I don't step out of bounds anymore. Just because Hex has my back, and that's all I want. That's all I want, because if that's my lot in life to go out there and promote this, that's what I'm going to do, because it costs nothing to go out there and help people with something that's good. And we know it's good. We know Richard did it right. We know that he made this for the people. We know that he gamed the system, and that crypto is basically all over with, and he's checkmated them all. So feel free, everybody. You should have the freedom to go out and shill the crap out of Hex, because it's going to be good. Always good. Both hexes. E and P. Those of you who don't think so. Anyway.
Oh, that's a conversation I don't.
That's it, Dorsey.
I don't want to have this conversation. I don't.
We're not.
People don't understand it yet. I think with time we'll have more tools to understand the magnitude of both, of what it means to have both or just one. Because we had the option to have one, to replace the one, or now we can use both. So
we need it. We need more Hex. We need more Hex. Hex is too scarce. Hex is way too scarce. There isn't enough Hex. There isn't enough Hex to supply the globe with what it needs. It's just supplying the hexagons barely with 10% of circulating liquidity, liquid Hex out there. That's it. There's only 10% of the Hex that is circulating liquidity for people to utilize as a staking function. Like, you can only stake 10% of the Hex that's left right now. That's it. That's not enough global supply for what it's needed for. So therefore, that tells me that when the demand does come, the price of Hex is going to blow people's minds. Like, you think 10,000 X was a big deal? Bitcoin did 6 million at 3% adoption. Imagine if the globe is 25, 28, 30% adoption and Hex exists. And it does, and it will. And people are going to want that yield, that 20-something% yield. Because even if you stake the last 10%, you're still going to be stuck at about 20-something% yield. You can't get any lower than that, because the OA has the rest of it. The OA has 80, 90% of it.
Yep.
80-something%. There's really the amount of Hex that's there is nothing. It's nothing. This is just hexagons using it. Hexagons that know how to stake are using it. Like, not everybody's using it. Not everybody's using the staking feature. Only the people that understand and realize the value of Hex are using it. When the world finds out and realizes the value of Hex, which is what we should all be really talking about. It's really not about Pulse Chain. It's really not about PulseX. It's really about Hex. It's really about what Hex means to the world and what it can do and the price that it can go to. Insane price. Richard has said it over and over. You guys don't understand how high Hex can go. You don't. You think 50 cents is a big deal? No. 50 cents is nothing on the way to $100, on the way to $1,500, on the way to $20,000. Bitcoin's dumb, dilapidated, broke down, old Rube Goldberg ass did a 6 million X. You think Hex doesn't have a couple 10,000 X's left in it? You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. It's still doing what it does. It's still the best crypto asset to date. Nothing compares to it. Nothing.
Yep. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm just, the lower we go, the more X's we can make.
It will, man.
I think 5 to 6 zeros on Pulse is possible, man. Enjoy. DCA.
I think so. I think so too. I think there's a lot of value in Pulse Chain. I think there's a lot of value in PulseX. But Hex is still the GOAT. I will never, ever, 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 ever call anything better than Hex. Nothing. Nothing compares to it. Nothing does what it does. Nothing means so much to the world than that digital asset right there. That digital asset is so important. Now, the tracks it runs on, Pulse Chain, very, very, very necessary, very, very needed, very good tool. The DEX to trade on and generate more yield and have fun with and really get into the space and start utilizing the space and the tools that exist. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Going to take on a lot of adoption. Shiny object. Everybody in crypto is going to love it. But Hex is for the world. Hex means something to the globe. Hex means something to every financial freaking entity out there. Hex means something to every government that's out there, every bad inflation model that's out there. That's what Hex is. It changes all of that. It makes a better digital asset. It makes our, how many times Richard said this? Our made up fake phony internet money is better than their phony fake up made up internet money. He's right. He's not talking out of the side of his neck when he says that. That's coming from a that's coming from an extremely intelligent man who built the damn thing. He built it. He understands finance. He understands game theory. He understands crypto. He understands fiat. He understands interest models. He understands inflation models. He understands cycles. He understands all of those things. And he keeps telling you these things, and people aren't listening. Hex is the GOAT. He's never said Pulse Chain is the GOAT. He's never said Pulse X is the GOAT. He's always said Hex. He's always said, I want expensive Hex on all chains. I want Hex to be out there in the world. That's his swan song. Pulse Chain was created to make Hex better. Pulse X was created to make Hex better. So if Hex did 10,000X on a shit fucking platform with a shit DEX, what do you think it's going to do on Pulse and Pulse X? What do you think that these assets are going to do over here? True DeFi. Power in the people's hands. Don't underestimate Hex, people.
I know, man. It is what it is. Like Ronaldo says, sir. That's it.
It's game over. It's game over. Now the world just needs to find out about it. So now, people like me, people like you, and by the way, bro, I love what you're doing to the furus out there. I love when you're smacking them in the face because you don't pull no punches. I rant and rave and pick at them, but you go right for their throats, baby. You're like a game bred pit bull. When somebody comes across you, it's like, ha!
I don't stop. I don't stop. It. And I'm being very nice too, because I'm very reserved, right? So I keep my stance as a Hexican leader, right? Now there's a lot of things as a Hexican leader you cannot do, and I respect that role. Now, until someone takes away that role, the community takes away my role, like certain people they did that to, which is a shame, because right now there are some people that I know that, we put this upon us, and if we don't continue as a community to try to fortify, like I've been saying, our foundation and get smarter and understand things, now we have, like, people need to understand you have 2 times the amount of fucking research you need to do now. If you think shit got easier, it got harder, motherfucker. Get fucking ready. Fuck, man. Now there's 3 liquidities. You have the normal liquidity, the other liquidity, and the liquidity between both of them. So fucking get ready, man. And with that being said, I am down for the count. I need to go fucking smell some Vicks. I can't fucking. It's fucking. The Spanish women got me, man. They got me good, man. They got me good, man. Fuck, man.
Oh well,
I'm getting old, guys.
Oh shit, man. Give me a break. Don't even say that.
No, I'm coming.
I got T-shirts older than you, man.
Shh. I'm Benjamin Button. I need a coffee, man. No, not at 3 a.m, man. I wouldn't. I'm gonna do this.
You're a trooper, man. You go get some
Yeah,
rest.
of course.
Let's go ahead and end the stream. We did an hour and a half. I felt good about it, man. I love streaming with you, bro. It's a good time.
I need to come on a Friday. I need to come on on Friday with everyone and just shoot.
Cut loose with us, baby.
Yeah, of course. I would love that. I would love that. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna be on Wake Up. Just for everyone watching, we're gonna be on Wake Up Hex.
Oh, sweet.
At 4 p.m. Yeah, so 4 p.m. is what time?
It's
is
like 7.
it now?
It starts 7 a.m. Pacific time here in the
4 p.m. Central. Yeah, so like about 11. I think it's 10 or 11 in the morning. Check up whenever Wake Up Hex. I'm gonna be there.
Maybe I'll get up in the morning and jump on real quick and say hello a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Come on. Let's go.
I like those guys.
More to marry.
I like those guys. Like messing with
I was supposed to go last week. I was supposed to be last week, but we had no electricity, no nothing, so nothing was gonna work. So this week now it worked. I tried out with the hotspot. The hotspot's working. It didn't spew out too much internet, so tomorrow I'll be on there. Shouts out to everyone, and I hope to see you guys there, man.
Right on. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. See you on the FN Hangout on Friday night. I will be en route to Seattle, so we'll see how that goes. But we will have the FN Hangout. You know that. And see you in Seattle. Get your tickets, guys. Go out there and get your pre-order tickets. VIP tickets. We're going to have dinner, hang out, drinks before, drinks after. Fun time. Going to be cool. See you guys there. Thanks for coming next week.
Stay safe, guys.
Wait a minute. I think we lost. I think we
Don't you
lost.
know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to